So what felt like forever after their last release, Brockhampton has finally released a new track titled Buzzcut. And this time they have a featured artist, and it's Danny Brown. Without further ado, let's go bar for bar and break down these lyrics. So the track starts off with a verse from Kevin Abstract. Who let the dope boys out? Thank God you let me crash on your couch. Who's my God that I'm praying to now? Early 2000s they tried to jump me in. Latino protection. Who let the dope boys out? I think he's talking about Brockhampton as a group, because maybe they're the dope boys. Maybe. Thank God you let me crash on your couch. I think that is in reference to when they were first getting started, because if you aren't aware, they started out in Texas and then eventually moved to Los Angeles. Actually, I think right before Saturation was released, somewhere around there. That's when they moved to Los Angeles. So he's like, hey, yo, thank you for letting me cash on your couch. And because he said thank God, he's like, yo, wait, so who is the God that I'm praying to now that I'm here, and what's changed? Like, is it still the same person? Early 2000s they tried to jump me in. Latino protection. This sounds like a gang initiation or a jumping of sorts, but he had protection. I don't know if he was necessarily trying to join a gang. I don't think that's the case, but if he was, he had protection. But he could have also just been getting jumped as part of someone else's initiation. So it's a possibility. Any direction you gave me your blessing, text, and I text him. I told him I got him. I told him I made it to Hollywood. All it took was a summer to fail. When people say I give you my blessings, that's someone who's, or like, and you have to talk about it, or you feel like you want to talk about it, is generally someone who is important to you. So in my mind, it sounds like his family was giving him blessings to leave the house and go on this venture. At least that's what I think. I could be mistaken here. Whoever he's texting here is someone who was either close to him at that time or had some sort of involvement early on. My thoughts are maybe he's talking about Amir, who has since been removed from the band, but he was really the other rapper, like major rapper in the Saturation series. I mean, Amir was on the covers for all the Saturation tapes, so it's very hard to forget about him. So maybe that's who he's talking about. I don't know. Another reason it could be is because all it took was a summer to fail. So to me, the Saturation summer, like, because they released 3 albums in a summer, might have set them up for failure, because that's where a lot of people really started, becoming fans of Brockhampton. That's where I became a fan. I mean, I have the Saturation box set right there. So Saturation is a very important series to me. So maybe that's what he's talking about, because personally, I did not enjoy Iridescence or Ginger nearly as much as Saturation. And I think that a lot of people may have felt the same way. So maybe that's why he's saying that. Or he's talking about when Amir was removed. I don't remember if that was during summer or not, but it's a possibility. A platinum record not going to keep my black ass out of jail. Truth prevails. This is real. Miss my brother. I love my mother. Drove all the way to Cali just to check up on me. A platinum record is not going to keep him out of jail, because if he is arrested for something, even if it's something minor, he's still going to be arrested. He's not going to just be let go. A platinum record isn't going to hold up when the police have him on the ground. Like, are they going to be like, why should we not arrest you? And he says, oh, I got a platinum record. And like, oh, okay, yeah, no, you're good. My bad. I didn't know. Like, no, they don't give a fuck. Made her go home, felt the virus. Web of life is my weed. False dreams stripped by silence. Deals they had to sign for years that had me blind. Think I had to hit rewind and think about why I do shine. Got my cousin doing time, he was barely pushing dimes. My whole family cursed, now get the fuck out my ride. So, shortly after his mother arrived, the whole pandemic started beginning, and he's like, go home. It is not safe. Go isolate. Which is a very responsible thing to do. The web of life is his weed. So to me, what that means is life and all of its intricacies are what gives him pleasure, or like puts him in a different state of mind. possibly. False dreams stripped by silence. To me, again, that might be talking about Amir and like that whole incident. Just because on my way home I was listening to Tanya, and I don't remember exactly now, but I think the line was either saying something like, brothers kept quiet to keep my feelings from getting hurt, or brother told lies so my feelings don't get hurt. Something like that. In any case, these false dreams that they had, like based off of the Saturation Summer, like I'm sure they expected to go hella big. Now with after Saturation, I feel like they might have slowed down a bit. And then him hitting rewind and thinking about why he shines, to me, is again probably around that same period where he's like, yo, let me take a step back and see why we're doing this and what the remaining members are capable of. Like, obviously they can do a lot of stuff, but like what do we have to change? What can we make work? Like, where is this going to go now? And then he's talking about his cousin who was barely pushing dimes. So he was barely selling barely selling drugs, like just barely, not even like a dime bag. And now he's doing time. This is just, again, touching on the unequal treatment of certain people in our community for certain crimes. Imagine, if you will, this was not a person of color who was barely pushing dimes. They probably wouldn't be in jail. Anyways, this then goes into the chorus, which I'm not going to even try to say, but the gist of it is, nothing, 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 nothing. So get the fuck out of my ride. Fuck with me, give me no shit. Guess what? Ignorance is bliss. Now get the fuck out of my ride. Nothing, 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 nothing. Now so get the fuck out of my ride. If a killer say shit, then get these motherfuckers. The gist of it is get out of his ride. The video itself is also them all piled in a smart car, so it's appropriate as far as the video is concerned. We then get a verse from Danny Brown. Live from the gutter, blood like red paint spills. You dudes ain't alpha, you incels. You normies ain't part of the script, dox your house with Crips. Pop shit, and I'ma get content. A constant. He is live from the gutter. That's just where Danny Brown is, apparently. Yeah. And then he's saying, you ain't alpha, you're incels. He's just memeing. That's really all it is. You know that meme of, like, the virgin whatever versus Chad whatever, like, that sort of thing. He's basically saying, you ain't shit. You ain't shit. And now you normies, you ain't part of the script. If you get on, like, if you try to be part of the script, he's going to dox you. Doxing is basically, I guess, finding out a person's information, and I guess that leads to swatting. But instead of getting swatted, he's going to send a bunch of Crips to your house. And then he's probably going to be chilling in the bushes, recording, yelling, World Star, when shit starts popping off. Because he's got to get content. This could also be talking about how a lot of, all those prank videos, maybe that's what he's getting to. Because that's content. Where to begin? A veteran with a medicine pen. Let them all in. Treat them like they next to my kin. Checking your chin way before the record begin. Dudes blow a lot of smoke like they breath in the wind. Where does he begin? So he is a veteran with a medicine pen. What sort of pen is that? I don't know. Is it an EpiPen? Because that's, a medicine pen? Is it insulin? Or is it weed? Is it a weed pen? These are all valid options for Danny Brown. I don't know his life like that. He lets everyone in to his home, into his life, like they're his next of kin. But he's also going to check your chin before you say some stupid shit. Before you go on record, he's going to check your chin. Ain't no pretend tell you how it is, how it go. What do you know when you start escaping your soul? White on the street, walking the beat like Abbey Road. Truth be told, no such thing as real dude mode. There is no pretend in what he says and what he does. He is going to tell you how it is and how it goes. Like, just being very straight up about it. And then this next bit is a little bit more intricate, you could say. So, what do you know when you start escaping your soul? When you die, people say your body's escaping, or your soul's escaping your body, or your body's escaping your soul. There's a few things here. So, the white on the street could be cocaine. That's a solid possibility. But it could also be the chalk that's around your body now that it's your soul's left. And the reason you're dead is either because of the cocaine or the people walking the beat like Abbey Road. Walking the beat could be talking about police officers who are walking their beat, their patrol routes. This is talking about police violence and how you might just be chalked out. It could also just be talking about other people just patrolling because white on the street walking the beat. So just white people walking the beat, white people patrolling your neighborhood. Maybe. And they're doing this like Abbey Road. Walk the beat tolls like Abbey Road. They were also white. Also, there's no such thing as a real dude mold. There's no mold to be real. Everyone is slightly different in that sense. Like, if you're really trying to be real about it and just be a decent person or whatever, like, real is to you, like, there's no mold to it. Like, you just kind of have to figure it out on your own. Through the lights, camera, action, glamour, glitters, and gold, unfold the scroll, plant seeds to stampede the globe. No peace on the street, so I'm clutching my heat. Gotta watch these savages roaming the street. See through all the bullshit. All the fame, all the lights, all the cameras, all that. See through all of it and unfold the scroll. Basically, what you're doing with this is you're educating yourself and seeing through all the bullshit. You're essentially educating yourself, and then with that education of yourself, you should plant seeds, which are basically educating others. So teach everyone. This almost sounds like something that No Name would say. Please don't fight me, No Name. But, you know, like, plant seeds to stampede the globe. By planting these seeds of knowledge, you will eventually spread, and with that knowledge, we can make some sort of change. At least maybe that's the goal, in my mind. This then goes into a bridge, which is similar to the chorus, but it kind of changes up at the end where they said I'd never see the sunlight. I thought I'd never ever see the sunlight. They said I'd never ever see the sunlight. Don't know what that means or what that's in reference to. But maybe it's talking about the people that doubted them at the beginning. They're like, yo, your music's going to stay underground forever. This then goes into an outro with mostly Joba, but also Kevin and Merlin. And the lyrics make it seem really short, but this bit was pretty significant, I'd say. Sometimes it drives me crazy. Look at the sky. This all I got for you. That sunlight, it'll drive you crazy. What is God to you? God damn, motherfucker. Sometimes it drives me crazy. Don't know. Maybe the world. Maybe things that have happened. It could also just be him making a reference to get the fuck out of my ride. And that's all they got. And that's all I got. So this song was dope. Now, personally, I am a huge fan of the Saturation series. That is my favorite era of Brockhampton. After that, I wasn't a huge fan of Iridescence or Ginger, but I still liked songs from them. So they weren't bad. I just didn't enjoy them as much. With this, it almost feels like they've blended in a bit of every sound. This song really does feel like it mixed in a good amount of both. Like everything, I guess, not just two things. Like, they have a little bit of melodic bits at the very end with Joba. They have the rap with Kevin. Like, this is a more, I guess, this is more rap Kevin than we've gotten in a little while. And then obviously with Danny Brown, like, they, as far as I'm aware, have never had a rap feature. I mean, they've had Dominic Fike, but I mean, that's not a rap feature. So this is different. So maybe this time around with Roadrunner, they're open to collabs. shit, I don't know. Anyways, I really did enjoy this. Like, it feels like I said at the very, like in Kevin's verse, he had to hit rewind. They had to step back and be like, all right, so what do we do now? And I think taking an extra year in between the projects, because Ginger came out almost 2 years ago, or just about 2 years ago, taking a little bit longer and basically taking 2020 off in terms of releasing music might have helped them. At least in my mind. We'll have to see what happens with their next singles or whenever the album comes out, because as of now, I don't think there's any word on a release date for the album. So we'll have to see. Anyways, I really enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below if I missed anything or misinterpreted anything with the lyrics, because that's always a possibility. Also remember to like and subscribe if you want to see more breakdowns and content like this. Thank you for watching, and please stay safe out there.